Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mehek. I hope you guys are all fine, and like always, I also hope that you guys are reading. Back with the book of the week that I finished. It's called Aristotle and Dante Dive into the Waters of the World. It's by Benjamin Alire Sáenz. Now this is a sequel to the famous book Aristotle and Dante Discovers the Secrets of the Universe. If you haven't read part 1, you need to. It's beautiful. It wrecks you in the most beautiful way. Also because the sequel starts right where the part 1 ended, so it's important for you that you read part 1. The sequel actually came after 8 years, of the first part releasing, and was an instant hit. And now I know the reason why. Let's talk about the setup. So Aristotle and Dante are two Mexican-American teenagers. The story is set in the 1980s in Texas. Now, in part 1, they finally express to each other that they love each other and they share their feelings with each other openly. In this part, they basically navigate and explore how to be boyfriends, or how to be two young gay men openly in a conservative Mexican-American Catholic community. This is also the time where the AIDS 1980s crisis is going on. People are dying everywhere and there's a lot of fear. On top of this, it's the high school year, so college is looming over them. There's this question of what the future holds, and not just for the education life, but what the future holds for Aristotle and Dante together as well. Now, quite a few things that I enjoyed in the book, but without giving you the spoilers, I would say that I want to share what really happens, but I won't. But this book is so much about Aristotle's journey, because if you've read part 1, you know that he's always been a very guarded person. But in this book, we finally see him opening up, expressing his feelings. It's like when Dante entered in his life, he cracked open something, and now we see Aristotle making friends, reconnecting with old friends, standing up to bullies, expressing his love for Dante. In fact, he started maintaining a journal where he's writing letters to Dante, which he plans to share with him one day. I think this book is so much about fear, discrimination, loss, and grief. And basically, navigating or finding a way, how do, these two young men create a space for themselves in the world that's hostile to them, or that's really telling them that no, you don't deserve to exist. So the book is also about having a hope that when the world does not give you that space, you create that space for yourself. Now, there are quite a few things that I loved in the book. Like, the first one is the writing. I think the writing is so beautiful. It's poetic but real. It's reflective. And I think just the way the author has spoken about grief and love and loss, I think it's amazing. You have to read it. It's like he's mapping out your heart. The second thing that I really loved in the book is that this is not a fluffy romance. No, they're discussing real issues. They're talking about grief, loss. They're talking about the AIDS crisis, what it is to lose people. They're talking about coming out and owning up to your identity in a conservative society. So it's a lot more. The third thing that I really liked in the book is the cartography metaphor. So a cartographer is someone who designs and makes map. And Aristotle, commonly uses this phrase and tells Dante that we need to be cartographers. We need to map out our own world where we can exist freely. And where we are safe, and where we can just openly be in love with each other. And I think that was a very beautiful metaphor. I also loved how how we see the character growth, Aristotle, what he was in part 1, and how he grows up to be this wonderful, caring and expressive man in part 2. And just, their relationship, how that grows. We see the real side, how they're scared, they have the fear, they're vulnerable at the same time, how strong they are, and you keep rooting for these two people. 2-3 takeaways from this book. The first one is that love yourself deeply before the world tells you not to. And if the world is not giving you a space on its map, then you create your space. That is so important. I think these were 2 takeaways that I'm definitely taking away from this book. Yeah, so that's all on this wonderful Aristotle and Dante Dive into the Waters of the World. Let me know in the comments if you have read it. how was your experience. But if you enjoyed this review, don't forget to subscribe and like the video. I'm going to see you guys next week with another title. Till then, take care. Bye bye.